This third and final episode is where Liam and Gabriel finally connect in a real sense. They understand each other's timing and interests, and they allow each other to make their points. Here they are fully aware that fun is the utmost objective. This episode is titled The Friends.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's a black guy.
Stadigvæk klar på det. Jamen ved du hvad, jeg har en assistent med et ur, så hvis du er klar, så rykker vi her om bagved. Og er du klar, Thomas?
Ja.
Så siger jeg 1, 2, 3, nu! Ej, Thomas, tror du ikke, du skal passe på hænderne? Jeg tror bare, vi stopper, Thomas. Der er gået 15 sekunder. Men det der regnvejr,
Jamen,
det duer ikke
jeg tog lige bjælken.
Nej, er det skidt med hånden?
Det er nok ikke så godt.
Ved du hvad, skal vi ikke gemme forsøget til en anden gang? Fordi ellers så smadrer du sådan hånden fuldstændig.
Ja, det må vi nok hellere.
Men hvad gør du nu? Så skal du hjem og træne.
When it's weird without the headphones, but it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, you know how it sounds weird, you know? The way conversation sounds in real life.
Yeah, it sucks because I like feeling like I'm not in reality. I like feeling detached.
Then why don't you like the reels I send you on Instagram?
Because they're disturbing, dude. And it's not like I don't get your vibe from those. It feels like you're being corrupted because I know you a little bit now, and I don't think that's your sensibility. I think you got corrupted by the internet.
Actually, this is like full disclosure. I like creeping Gabriel out. I just like it.
Is it just me, or are you creeping other people out as well?
Not the way I do with you. I will send one of those to a lot of friends once in a while.
Yeah.
But with you, it's like if I find a real weird dude on Instagram, I'll send you the reel, and I will be hoping that I get another reel from the same guy. And I will keep updating you. Like there's a guy who juggles food and eats it at the same time. That was the start.
But that was a fun one that I could see why you would think that's funny.
Yeah.
Like I understood, like, yeah, this is probably like Liam.
Yes.
The vibe of the reels. And then he got darker, and then you got and then he got like it wasn't funny anymore. It was just like I feel like the ones you send me are people who are actually mentally
ill. Yes.
Yes.
No, you don't like the mime, dude?
No. No, because I think that guy is up to no good. I don't think that guy is a good person. Like
really?
The guy, because the guy doing the juggling and eating the fruits.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's something there that I think is pure. He's trying hard. There's some talent to it because he's juggling still. Like I feel like he's an honest, humble dude just trying to do something crazy on the internet.
The other guy is a mime, dude.
No, the other guy's not a mime, first of all.
I mean, he's dressed
he's not
as
mime.
a mime.
Yeah, he's dressed. That's the point.
Let's explain. This guy, I love this guy so much, okay? This guy, I will defend. After that, I totally saw your point, and I self-reflected. But this guy dresses up as a mime, and he hurts himself on purpose real bad. Like he will take a mini scooter right on the shin.
Yeah. And that's kind of like Jackass stuff. Like nothing you wouldn't have seen before on Jackass.
But the point is that he has to like be a mime, so he can't emote. No, he always fails.
Yeah, he fails it. That's why I think it's upsetting, because first of all, he's obviously hurting. Like his face is obviously like
he like
yeah. But then
it's so funny.
But there's also a layer to his reaction, which is like, my life is horrible. I don't think he's having like, because when the Jackass guys go through stunts, you can tell that they're having the best time ever.
Yeah, it's a celebration of brotherhood.
It is.
Yeah.
Or when like, yeah. But when this guy does it, I think he
just
actually
wants Liquid Death to sponsor him.
Yes, I seen like pain, real like emotional pain. You know?
Yeah.
There's something going on the microphone. Just a sec.
You wanna check? Yeah.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Or don't.
I don't know. I won't.
Yeah. Then don't. Oh, it's a beautiful view.
It is a beautiful day. Yeah.
See? It's like electric static or
That's. I did hear it, but I'm not sure. Yeah, the mime. I like the mime. I'm sorry, but I will defend the mime. I think his pain is a gift. I think his pain is something that he wants us to enjoy.
Wait. I'm gonna stop and see if the microphone is...
Okay, no problem. So, yeah, I actually thought it was the cable hitting against the sofa.
No, it's just static inside the microphone that's made something happen.
That's fucked up, actually.
It's kind of dangerous even because you can get electrocuted.
Yes, but which would be funny, as I was establishing. No.
Pain and suffering.
Honestly, to me, this dude, I like the mime. I'm not even gonna pretend that I don't love him. But then I went one step further, and I sent you the clearly intellectually disabled guy that hurts himself.
Yeah.
And
it's just mean.
I laughed really hard the first time, and it was kind of like a knee-jerk reaction to instantly send it to you. Mm-hmm. And then I was myself like, this is a little bit fucked up.
This is too much.
But then another video of the guy came out.
Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, I love a part 2 for Gabriel, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he just kept sending it. The guy that jumps on the microwave?
Yes.
And
he actually bends the shit out of the microwave with his stupid body.
But that's the type of guy that, like, if his parents knew that he was doing that, they would be so upset.
Yes.
And then the parents would be like, who are the people watching this? And then it cuts to you sending it to me.
Check this out.
Just loving it. That's why my head went to. I don't know why. I just felt bad for the guy, but I think the latest one is the worst one. Did you send just once?
The Chinese dudes.
Yeah.
So just torturing each other as a game.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get dark humor in that sense of like just bleak humor. It's not even dark. Bleak. It's just like nihilist, bleak, senseless humor.
Yeah.
That involves pain every single time.
we were actually talking about this off air before, like about like, do you ever wonder like if a friend of you is mad at you or whatever? I wanted to save this for the recording because I was like, yes, your answer to that video. I was like, for a second,
you thought I was like, mad?
Maybe he's like mad or like he sounds disappointed in me.
I wasn't. I was just tired, I think. And
you responded something along the lines of like, dude, this is like
too much.
I was like, come on, man.
I'm a people pleaser, so I always try to say what people want to hear.
Yeah.
But that time, I think I was very exhausted.
Yes.
Probably. I think it was late at night too. I think it was like close to midnight or something. And I was exhausted trying to put my baby to sleep. And you sent me a reel like, oh, maybe this will cheer me up. And I think I was just everything was going like south for me here, and I was just like honest with you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was good because it made a point of our friendship. Like I can be this way with you now, and you won't be surprised. I'm like this with Saleh too, for example. If
I felt that way for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you're like, that would be really weird if he was actually
upset. Yeah, of course.
So of course he isn't. But then you left me with this bad feeling, like I have to look myself in the mirror right now.
Because you know
and
what?
I did.
I think that's the best type of reaction, which is just an honest reaction, which at the beginning of a friendship you don't have.
Yeah.
Full honesty, because you don't want to scare the person off.
Yeah.
And you're trying to impress them or whatever. So you say like, oh, I don't like that, but it's fine. But once you established a relationship, it's like, dude, it's just weird. And it's funny that I want you to think it's funny that I'm being honest with you about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which it was, because I was like, he's not upset for real, but I know that I made him like the video itself made him upset, and that is funny.
That is funny. that is, and I thought it was funny. Yeah.
If I keep going, then you might get upset at me. If I never ever stop, if I'm never done,
Yeah.
and it gets bleaker,
Yeah.
then it would be grounds for you to be like, hey, dude, I kind of told you before.
Yeah.
Like, dick move, man.
But it's not. It would never get to that.
No, it started so innocent to this algorithm, you know.
Oh
for
my
me.
God! Just a guy juggling fruit and
It's-
taking bites of it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I used to, like, my favorite video of all time. It's on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. It can pop up on Instagram, but you know how hard it is to search like reels.
You cannot find it. Yeah. Once it's lost, it's gone forever, which I kind of appreciate. Actually.
Yeah, there's like a gem quality,
Yeah.
a hidden gem.
Like animosity to.
Yeah, like a
Instagram.
Japanese only video game.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
The 90s.
That you don't remember the name, you just remember the title because it's Japanese.
Yeah.
But you remember the soundtrack of it.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the Coconut Man from Denmark. Okay.
I know this one is so funny. Yeah, but tell me.
You probably have seen it just because
You share it on the story actually.
Every time it pops up in my algorithm, I share it as a story because if you haven't watched it, you're incomplete. You're not a full person. It's this Danish dude that I actually did the research. Like, I want to know the why and the how.
Yeah.
He's a karate expert, and he's attempting to break karate chop one at a time 100 coconuts. So it was 100 and they're like on a rail. The rail looks very sturdy, metal,
Yeah.
you know, thin, like it might do some damage.
Yeah.
And he goes for the first coconut, and he misses,
miserably.
and he just right here on the rail,
Cracks on the rail.
and he keeps trying
going.
other coconuts.
He couldn't hit. He doesn't hit any single one of them.
And the TV people, like 7 coconut, the rail hits in. They're like, stop. And it's so funny because it's not even bullying. Like
No.
that level of assholeness.
No,
I'm gonna be in the Guinness Book of Coconut Chopping Records.
And I couldn't even get one in.
He couldn't
Do you
even.
think he practiced before?
I that's the thing. I want to
What's
think
the
so.
lore behind it? Do you think he was like actually a pro?
He claimed to be a pro, and he's like humiliated in the end. So you know he didn't go for the bit. This wasn't for the bit. He wanted.
of course not.
He wanted to karate chop 100 coconuts, and he just relentlessly fucked his arm up on the railing.
This is how much I like this video. When I went to Denmark to Copenhagen, I was in that plaza, and the first thing that came to mind was, "This is it. I'm here."
Dude, that's the only place. Same here.
Took a photo.
The only, I mean, I didn't even care. Like, the food was amazing, and I was in the Coconut Plaza. Those are the highlights. Like, you recommended me Christiania.
Oh yeah.
And I went, and I was like,
Whatever.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's good. I totally recommend.
Yeah.
But
the Coconut Plaza.
Coconut Plaza, dude. How many times have you been at a historic place for a meme?
You're very much right. The coconut guy, my head goes to, why didn't he stop? Why did someone have to tell him, stop, please, dude? You're going to hurt yourself. This is embarrassing.
What would have happened?
What would have, I mean, no one stopped him.
No one comes
I think he was in that mode you go to when you're doing something in public, which is like, I'll die trying, dude. I'll go down. I'll go down.
It's the visual representation of tunnel vision.
Yes.
He was tunnel visioning the shit out of it's just ignoring facts and truth and logic.
I'm killing it, meanwhile.
And he was just blasting his arm right into.
You think? Oh no, dude. So sad. But yet, like, kind of beautiful. Those type of memes are like. There's a reason why we love them.
Yeah.
Because it's, first of all, it's real. It's a real reaction. No one wrote that. No one made that happen. It's just a actual thing that happened in real life.
Yes.
again, the setup to get to that point, so huge. There's a TV personality there. There's someone interviewing him. There's a actual camera. It's in Copenhagen, so like
they got a rail. They got 100 coconuts. It's an operation.
And it's the plaza in Copenhagen.
Yes.
It's like the main plaza.
It's
in the city.
literally La Puerta del Sol in Madrid, or whatever.
Whatever. It's the place, and like the whole setup, and then to fail that miserably, it's like it's actually more beautiful than it is if he actually made it.
Yeah.
If we like karate chopped 100 coconuts, no one would know
big
about
deal.
it. Yeah.
Big fucking. Who cares?
Yeah. It's kind of like it's the artistic closure for that event.
Yeah. There's one coconut that he actually touches, and instead of cracking his hand or the coconut, it just slips. It goes like whoop.
It goes out of the rail.
It's beautiful. You can't make that up.
No.
That's the thing. That's where it started.
That's like a Banksy.
That is a Banksy. 100%.
Banksy could be behind that. That could be Banksy, actually.
Yeah.
That I think that guy's Banksy, actually.
Step one. Let's get some TV people and some coconuts.
Step two,
learn how to draw. Buy a spray can. No, that is the origin story for me.
Yeah.
That video, I wanted more of that. And I found some genres that are beautiful. I still defend, like, for example, there's a lot of these. Dude who's almost falling for a long time on ice. The next time those are rare. I've only watched like 3 that are like worthwhile.
Yeah.
Because it's like 48 seconds of trying not to fall.
Yeah. I think I know it. Isn't it forced though? I think I know one that is a guy in a backyard. Is that the one?
No, there's definitely some, like, most are like backyards or entrances in like houses, not apartments.
No, but the one I saw is definitely a guy playing it. It's not for real.
Oh no! I'm talking the real thing.
Okay.
Like the friend is filming and losing their shit, like laughing, like can't stop laughing. And those kinds of videos you love. So then you get into this thing that you want your algo to be like a fucking factory.
Yes, of those type of memes.
Yeah. So you're gonna get the weird ones, and I feel like what happened to me is what happens to anyone when you get into a rabbit hole on YouTube of watching cool shit, and then Watch Mojo appears.
Yeah.
Like you've watched a lot of videos about Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then you start watching Watch Mojo top 10s just out of fucking habit. Like, I want somebody talking about Emma Stone today.
Yeah, that's like grabbing a beer when you shouldn't, you know? It's like, fuck it, I'll have the beer. You know? I'll drink.
With disappointment.
Yeah, with disappointment. With like, I'm this guy.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that goes for the beer.
But you actually offered me a little bit of an awakening. Like I was asleep.
I was thinking while you were talking about like your algorithm and curating it. I'm thinking of as the algorithm's perspective. If it was like a person, the poor algorithm is just like telling you what you like, trying to show you the stuff that's similar to what you liked before, and eventually will show you something very off-putting, very like creepy, and you're like, no, why? And he's like, I don't know, dude. I'm trying. I don't know.
It's like obviously the algorithm picked up like pain.
Yeah,
because there's some pain in.
This guy likes pain for some reason.
The coconut guy, that video is filled to the brim
with pain.
A lot of pain.
Physical pain.
But so that's not the point. It's not cruelty. It's just, it's comedy and it's pain.
It's comedy, yeah.
At one point, my algorithm was going to be like, I mean, listen, today, I mean, it's a slow morning, but this guy died in Wisconsin.
This guy got crushed by a truck in Wisconsin, and it's very visible. Wow, you can see the blood.
And an old bitch flew into an airplane motor, and this is all I have.
All right, my algorithm now. I didn't want to talk about it. That's why I was avoiding.
Yes, because for the other half of mine is beautiful and cute kittens.
Oh, okay. I thought. All right.
Yeah. Now you go.
Mine is it's almost like too personal because, you know, with the baby now and everything.
Okay.
I haven't. We're not really able to do it.
Oh.
So, but you know what's curious? And why I don't understand what's going on, and I think the algorithm is telling me something I never knew about myself. If you go to my Explore page, it's just a bunch of women's mouths. It's not even boobs or butts. It's women's mouths.
Mouths, like, are they doing some? Are they?
No, it's random. One they're eating grapes. The other one they're talking like ASMR, which I
Okay.
guess I'm into now. Or like, yeah, just a bunch of women eating.
So you're like. To
I don't
me,
know what's going on, dude.
This may be like a. I mean, I know it is. This is a generational divide between you and me because first of all, I've never used my phone to whack off.
Oh no, what?
No, I use my laptop.
What a saint.
Yeah, I use my laptop because it just feels.
You might be Buddha. You might be this generation's Buddha.
I am the Buddha, actually. Yes.
I think that's what it is for our generation.
To me,
The constraint you must have to take a poop and not jerk off right after, and be accustomed to your smell of shit while jerking off.
I had roommates.
Kind of be into it.
I've lived alone for very little time in my life. I've lived with girlfriends or roommates, but especially at first with roommates. I'm not jacking off in the bathroom when I have roommates.
You have a point there. It's gross.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm in my room. I have a phone.
Yeah.
And I have a laptop. I'd rather do the big screen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I don't want to be like. Maybe that's why my arms are so thin, because when I whack off, I'm not holding up a phone.
Yeah, I'm jacked because of it.
It seems so terribly inconvenient.
It is, no, it is for sure. It is, and it becomes kind of like a bionicle. It becomes just kind of like a.
No, please.
You kind of become just like a extension. It's not even. It's so fast too, because like porn on your phone, it's so easy to access.
Yeah.
And porn on your phone is also like very to the point, because the algorithm that you get into like Pornhub or those sites, it's so good. It's just like Instagram but for porn. So it's just to the point, like, oh, this is good, will get you off, and in 2 seconds it does. You know?
Yeah.
And you're done. And it's like a procedure almost. It's like it's like you're taking a pill, you know. And I need to get this out of my system. You take that pill and it's gone in 2 seconds. And you're like, maybe I should stop saying 2 seconds. It's figuratively.
And say the truth and say 1
second. Also, I haven't been jerking off a lot because I think my testosterone's down. I heard it goes down after the baby is born for guys. But I don't know. I do feel it. I have less of an urge to do it.
I've never thought like, obviously testosterone has to do a lot to do with your libido, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
But to me, it's never like a testosterone or libido thing if I'm jacking off a lot or very little.
Oh, it's a stress thing, you think?
It's a
stress reaction?
It can be stress. It can be ego, for example. When you're single, like if you're single and you get the opportunity to have a lot of sex, you have a lot more sex that you would usually have with a partner.
Yeah,
you know,
no, for sure.
And that is obviously ego driven. That is not like I actually need to bust inside of somebody's.
I understand, but also like it is kind of like for me it's more like a physical thing. I need to get it out of my head.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, my life is stuck on that until it happens. You know?
Eventually, the demon is coming. Like the jack off demon. It's not even the sex demon. Is like, okay, dude.
No, the
okay,
sex
you're
demon.
not Rocco Siffredi. You know, like nobody. But the jacking off demon is real for sure. Everyone, I think.
And I think my problem now, it's not really a problem. It's actually good. Is that my life is so busy. With everything, that like I'm not thinking about it as much, and it's actually healthy. But then what happens is maybe whenever I use my Instagram is when my mind slips up and I stop on the reels with the women. And there are boobs. I'm not saying it's just I was exaggerating. There are boobs.
Yeah, you were surprised by the mouth.
There's a lot of mouths,
but but there's obviously boobs and butts. Yeah. Maybe feet.
No feet. I'm not no.
Yeah, neither am I. I was just trying to.
No, just trying to throw like an algorithm. Just maybe this.
Exactly.
Feet? No, dude, no feet. No, I don't know, but it's also like the Instagram, dude, is so evil in that sense because it does feed you what you don't need. It feeds you what you crave.
Yeah. I stay away from. I actually didn't know this existed, but when like hot women pop up in my algorithm, I learned about the I'm not interested.
Oh, I did not
option.
know about this.
If you like press on the video and you get like some.
Let me tell you, you must be so proud whenever you press that button. You're like,
dude,
no, thank you, lady.
It's just it's
like denying a hot lady.
It's more feminists that are female feminists doing a feminist thing.
Yeah,
it's
peak left wing feminist.
No, but it is related to like because it's not like the productivity bullshit. No, it's just like but it is mental health. Shit.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah,
because I don't wanna. I remember that I got circumcised, right? And at 30.
Shabbat shalom.
At 30 years old.
Shabbat shalom in double, dude. That's.
It was a cool thing that I did.
Yeah.
And you can't masturbate and you're not. Mm-hmm. You're not encouraged to get super hard because it's super painful. So the day of the procedure, after the procedure, I went home and I was like, okay, I'll just obviously no porn nor joking. Like I lived alone at the time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking watch a TV show.
Yeah.
And I never noticed how sexually charged everything is.
Yeah.
You know what I ended up watching? Saving Private Motherfucking Ryan.
Whoa.
The only movie that I could think of with literally just dudes being dudes.
And then you jerked off.
And I exploded all over my living room.
Because that's for sure it's not sexual. There's sex in one way or another. Like it's hot guys going to war. I think someone getting off to that as well, right? Mm-hmm. Or no, I never watched.
Walking off.
I never watched that show.
You've never? I know it's a movie.
It's a movie.
Steven
I'm thinking
Spielberg.
of Band of Brothers. Yeah, I'm thinking of.
Oh, Band of Brothers. Yeah,
war
Band of Brothers
stuff.
is literally the same. Like it's same producer.
That's why I always mix them too. Yeah, because it seems like very similar. And Jimmy Fallon was in that Band of Brothers.
Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Ross from Friends was.
Yeah, of course, famously. But no, Jimmy Fallon, yeah, for sure.
Dude. They're really good. They're really good. But
yeah, I should watch it, but war, it's boring to me because I don't get it. I don't get the urge of fighting a war. I get the urge of being a soldier for sure.
Yeah,
like something to do, getting out of the house.
No, but it's
for years and maybe dying.
It's actually like not. It's not a war movie. It's more like Band of Brothers. I would say it's more a little bit more like that because it's like very documentary style. Like we want. It's very smart. That we want to teach you about the ins and outs.
Yeah, the history of it.
Saving Private Ryan starts with war because it starts with Normandy. You know, which is like the craziest fucking shit that ever happened. But then it's like about the consequences of war. Okay. It's about the way soldiers feel during the war. It's about like the way the people like the normal people are dealing with the war. Like there's a lot of going actually looking for fucking Private Ryan. So they're not going battle to battle. They're going more through France.
My favorite war movie is Tropic Thunder. That's my favorite war movie.
Oh, I would have to think about one as good as that answer. Like my favorite war movie is A Marriage Story. The big divorce movie.
Yeah.
That's the title. No, there's another very similar, like Scarlett Johansson and.
No, I know the movie.
It's incredible, that movie. It's so good.
You think it's like a horrible watch? Do you think it's tough? I actually think it's lovely. I think it's a love story.
I mean, it is super.
I appreciate the romantic look on divorce. Because I think we need it as a society. I think we judge people who get divorced way too hard.
Yeah, it's actually like I mean, it's crazy how it really paints a picture of things that you see that, but you don't understand. You see your parents go through it. You see a friend go through it, and you're like, how could you love somebody so much and then you're like, I'ma ruin you. And it's not when it's like somebody was like chronically unfaithful or mistreating.
No, it's
then
not
you
a
get
bad
it. You
person.
totally get it.
Yeah,
But
it's just a normal dude and a normal woman.
they're not getting along, and I guess it's over, and it sucks. But
Yeah.
they can't be together anymore, and still it gets messy
hurts.
and ugly.
Because I think people are not. I actually heard a comedian talk about this. I don't think we're made to separate. I think human beings. There's a reason why it's more comfortable to stay in a horrible marriage than to actually separate. I
Yeah.
think it's actually like energetically, physically, chemically, it's tougher to look at a person that's still alive that you have no reason why to say this and say I'm never seeing you again. Because I
Yeah.
think it's like biologically against our nature to separate from other human beings.
Yeah.
You know, it's so rare that we get a bond, like emotional bond with people and help in normal life stuff, that when you find that in someone, it's like, how can
It's such a good thing. It's only good. You
It
know, when you
should
wanna
be.
be,
Yeah.
when you wanna be with someone.
Yeah.
When you start,
Yeah.
it's only good stuff.
It's only good. It's a high. You're high for like 5 years of your life.
Yeah.
And it's for that long. Like, I've been with Barbara for 8, and after 5, things got real. For real. Like, it took 5 years for things to actually get real. Like, for something to happen in our families, that we need to
Yeah.
go through it together for, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe
think
it's earlier, but for us it was 5.
I've heard like a lot of people say like you know, like being in love, like feeling in love lasts like 2 to 3 years.
Oh yeah.
But to me, it's like sometimes it's lasted like 5 weeks, and other times it's like I feel like I am in love with my girlfriend, and we're three years here in the relationship. Obviously, it's not the same as at first, because you couldn't.
Cannot be. Yeah.
You couldn't fuck like that. You can't just not sleep and fuck. That is not a way to live.
Pussy tastes different after a while.
Yeah, ashy.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but like ash, actually. I do know.
we both know what that means.
Yeah.
But I understand.
Smells like tampon, dude.
I want to drive this conversation into Justin Bieber, because I think he's going on through something that's similar to this topic.
Don't you miss? Like, when did it happen that people don't shit on Justin Bieber anymore?
No, that's my thinking. That's why I think it's so interesting.
How old were you when Justin Bieber like burst onto the scene?
I was born and he was already there. No, I think he was like. He's kind of my age, no?
I think I
think he's 30.
That's what I mean. Like I was like I had to be like maybe 20. Maybe 2019. No, what? 21, 22
So
years
he got
old.
famous when he was like 13, 12.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So
he was crazy.
when I was 13, 12, people loved him, and the hair and everything started. I think
that's the thing. No, everyone hated him from my perspective.
No, in my age, no. Yeah.
Adults hated him.
No, I got the other end of that stick, which is like all my girlfriends loved him. You know,
Were
I was
you
a
like
cock for
jealous of
Bieber.
Justin Bieber?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think.
No, it wasn't jealousy. You know what it was? I had the hair that was kind of like his. And I was proud that I had a hair. Like I was like, you go, dude. You're representing us.
Oh no, I get
emo
it.
haired kids, and you're helping me get more pussy, because people are saying you look like Justin Bieber.
It's like the
because
dude,
I had the hair.
It's like the dude that went
The Trailblazer,
and they get
oh shit, sorry.
and they get the Travis Barker mohawk.
Yeah,
that was the coolest dude.
Really?
In high school, like he was into crack as well.
Well, yeah, for sure.
All of them. I'm talking like figuratively.
No, but
I was that kid, by the way.
you
but
still have a mohawk, kind of.
I never got it long. I just had like
hair.
the.
Like a mohawk, but it's not like a spiked mohawk.
No spike. It looked gay as fuck.
The spike?
No, it looked awful. I thought it was gonna be so cool.
No,
and I was
didn't.
super embarrassed going.
I never thought mohawk. No. But mohawk in my generation was the older kids that were into like Blink 182,
exactly.
And that was a little bit too down the road for like I couldn't get into that.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Brazil is 100% a country for that.
Oh no, it is. It's
Like
just
you guys
that.
love punk and rock
yeah,
and
for
metal
sure.
music. You know.
Actually, we have one of the greatest punk rock bands, like Nirvana. He is a huge fan of Ratos de Porão, which is like a Brazilian.
You have to send
punk
me
rock.
that after the.
It's like one of the best ones, and
awesome.
they actually did heroin together.
Oh, shit.
Kurt Cobain and the singer from Ratos de Porão.
and he's still alive and
Yeah, he
healthy.
tells the story in the podcast now. He's like, dude, it was insane. I
That's
think it wasn't the
beautiful.
singer, maybe. I don't remember, but like, yeah, no, Brazil's for sure into that.
But yeah, sorry. This time I definitely derailed the conversation.
Yeah, someone did. I don't know.
No, me.
Okay.
Justin Bieber. I was wondering about like how you perceived the guy, because I actually,
Which guy?
Justin Bieber, because
Ah.
I hated him.
But wait, I
was
went
jealous
through waves. So that was in my childhood / teenage years.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like, yeah, you do your thing and I'm still your thing and I'll get girls with it.
of him. Yeah.
But then later on in my life, it was kind of like hate and like bitterness because he kept killing pussy. Like he kept doing
Yeah.
it, and I grew out of it.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I'm fat now and he's still skinny.
Yeah.
You know.
And he was a piece of shit. He was kind of a piece of shit, like with the abandoning his monkey in Germany and shit like that.
Oh, and fucking prostitutes in Brazil.
Yeah.
That was a huge thing in Brazil. The prostitutes that fuck him got famous. That's how big a deal it was.
Yeah.
He went to a brothel in Brazil and fucked a bunch of prostitutes, and the girls were like, "Yo,
So
where's my TV deal?"
So then it's the roast of Justin Bieber on Comedy Central,
And then he's back.
He was trying to do a reset, no, on his public image. Smart idea, pretty mediocre roast, honestly.
Yeah, didn't like it.
But then,
Nikki Glaser was the best one, I think.
yes, then the new Justin Bieber. Even I was into the music.
Of course,
The
Peaches.
music was Peaches is an excellent song.
Yeah,
It's
got good.
Yeah, like it's I don't know if it's Benny Blanco or if it's whatever, but it was good.
Mm.
It was good. Love Yourself is a good song, a little cheesy, but still it's a great song. It
No,
is.
it's all great songs after that.
And
Yeah.
it's like, you know what?
Let the
Leave
kid
this
play.
kid alone.
Let the kid go. Yeah, let him be whatever he wants to be.
And we were all like, dude, he was 13,
Yeah.
whatever. So now
No, but there's one stage before that.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Oh yes, of course. I'm sorry,
Christian Bieber.
Christian Bieber. Yeah.
And that, I think I understand what happens there. He's past the 27 club. He's mature. He's older.
Mhm.
He's looking like in his past and he's thinking, I'm no longer going to be the cute one. I'm older now. I'm a great singer. I'm a great dancer. But like, how
Yeah.
much of it do I actually want to do?
He's drinking a whiskey like, I mean, for God's sake, look at Leonardo DiCaprio. He looks
Yeah.
like fucking shit.
He looks like shit. Am I going that direction? Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't think he is as intelligent as, let's say, Justin Timberlake, or let's say, you know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
think he's in tune with culture and with people
Yeah, that's true. That's
to actually become a mature, good artist. And I think he was
Oh.
kind of like going insane as like, what am I to do?
because he was never actually a trendsetter.
Never.
Like he was a pop star, but he didn't do the people started doing this thing
No,
because of
no,
him.
no,
Like
no.
his songs were. It's literally like Katy Perry.
Yeah.
All of his songs were exactly what the fashion was.
Yeah, he's a good industry baby. He's
Yes.
a good industry follower, and he's a good soldier.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a trendsetter like
And
you said.
apparently his ass is perfect to be fucked by P. Diddy
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, of course.
and Ludacris.
And Ludacris,
I don't know.
I didn't follow the Diddy stuff because I knew there was gonna be so much like speculations.
Yeah.
But now the things that are coming out that are actually true is actually mind blowing. Because after, you know what I mean? Like after
Yeah.
the news blow out, you need to wait for it to settle a bit to actually see
Yes.
what's true or not.
I couldn't keep up. I'm gonna do the deep dive
All
in a
right.
while, of course.
Yeah, but later.
But still,
in hindsight.
Ludacris, when he was on the song "Baby" on his breakout song.
And he fucked Justin Bieber.
I mean,
You think so?
if he didn't fuck him, he's a weird guy. at that point, because he was like, I remember seeing like some kind of promotional or making of the videos or whatever. Because first of all, me as a 36-year-old, I was like, holy shit, look at Ludacris, he's back, baby. This dude was done, done.
Yeah, I know for sure.
And he was like, oh, this is Justin, he's my dog.
Yeah.
And I was like, this dude is fucking this.
What a comeback!
Kid.
Yeah,
he's railing his asshole.
I don't think so. I never thought about it that way. I think the Diddy stuff, I think still is more of a drug thing than a gay sex thing. I still think it's actually just more of a, everyone was like on, I don't know, even the drug. I don't know what drugs make you do that, but like heroin or whatever. And you just suck Justin Bieber's cock. Just by mistake, he's there, you know. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful cock. It has like a wig with the hair.
A Jessica Rabbit dress.
Yeah. And you kind of sucked it by mistake, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm gay now.
I don't know. I think it's an interesting take because everybody goes to the pedophilia take.
Yeah.
But also, it's like it's not even like a fad, or it's not even cliche to go to the pedophilia thing. It's like every year we discovered
someone that's a billionaire that's fucking 18-year-olds
like the
or 17-year-olds.
Percentage of Hollywood people not fucking kids decreases 2% each year, and we're at like 75% already.
Yeah, no, for sure.
People are throwing shit at the wall that now I'm like, people are like, oh, you know, like fucking Steve Martin, obviously.
Oh, no.
Fuck it, why
Come
not?
on. Yeah, I
hope not.
I'm also in that level of thinking, but like, I'm too thinking of like, I'm the way I'm justifying it in my head to think it's normal what's going on in Hollywood is like, yeah, in Roman times, you know, they do that to the emperors in Roman times also were fucking little boys, so I guess it's a power thing.
They were just being a little too Roman about it.
Yeah, a little bit too Roman. It happens in history. But also I keep thinking like, if this stuff is real, like, okay, so here's the thing. He's having a mental breakdown, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's get into it.
Please,
he's
catch
having
us up with this
a mental breakdown. I'm not following a lot.
Okay.
It's just that my algorithm keeps sending those stuff to me. And I think it's because I follow Benny Blanco.
Yeah.
And I love the guy. I loved him way before Selena Gomez started fucking him.
I hate I think he's the worst producer in the world and one of my favorite people in the history of
That's such an accurate take.
Yeah.
That's such an accurate take.
He has made some of my least favorite songs in the history of life.
Yeah, he made those songs where you're listening to it on the radio and thinking, who is the devil? Who sucked devil's dick and made this song?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Turns out the sweetest guy in the history of life.
Probably the most creative artist ever. Like, he's just a great guy.
I got his cookbook for Christmas.
Oh no.
Yeah,
it's funny.
That's like that's how much I love him. But
at the same time, impressive what he's done. Not the cookbook. I mean,
the career.
The career. He was doing those songs. I mean, he was like 25 or something.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Super young.
Insane. What he was doing. So, back to Justin Bieber. I started to get like news articles from second category like pop news outlets, like those that are called like "What's in Pop" or whatever. You know what? You know.
Just cringe.
Yeah.
Cringe in an Insta page.
Exactly. And it's just pictures and videos, short videos of Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Doing what, if I didn't have an actual job, I would be doing those videos. Which is him probably stoned out of his mind.
I get you so much, yeah.
Listening to beats with his friends.
Yeah.
Funny beats. Funny songs. I thought the songs were dope, actually. People are saying he's listening to one of his worst songs ever recorded, and I'm listening to him like kind of rap on top of like a trap beat. I'm like, this is kind of dope, actually. And I'm thinking, my boy was just trying to become more of a dude, just hanging out and being public with him, being like, this is me, I don't care. Maybe he's going mental. Maybe there's a little schizophrenia because he's smoking too much weed. Maybe he's taking ADHD medication. He smoked a joint and he went a little schizo.
Yeah.
But leave him alone. It happens.
He's doing things that a ton of incredibly respected rappers do all the time.
Literally every day.
Danny Brown has streamed high out of his mind, drunk,
Yeah.
popping pills, playing fucking Persona 5 for some reason, like the nerdiest game. That is like my favorite Twitch moment ever. But
I never saw that. Yeah.
But it's like, or I don't know, like the guys from Brockhampton used to do streams, like party streams.
Nice.
And some of them were like, you know, they were fucking tipsy, and
Yeah.
you can
Dangerously
you can look a little foolish when you're, you know, like,
Yeah.
But Justin Bieber, I feel he did that, but the level of scrutiny of somebody who's been called gay for a decade
And here's what I'll say about it.
because he's good looking.
No. Yes.
The being called gay, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Which is a very specific being
okay.
called gay for a decade.
No, I was gonna summarize my opinion on the whole thing
Yes.
of this meltdown that he's having. It's because of his fan base.
Who are those people?
So Barbara, my fiance,
Yeah.
right? My fiance, if I tell her a joke, for example, if I showed her the coconut meme, she wouldn't get it the first time.
Okay.
She wouldn't laugh at it. She would think it's funny, sure, but she wouldn't think best meme ever.
She was like, this Danish guy is failing at
Yeah.
his task.
She would be very pragmatic about it.
Yeah.
And she would say, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if you show to her like a Justin Bieber song, she would love it because he's cute. The song sounds bubbly and fun.
Yeah.
There's no darkness around it.
Mhm.
So his fans are like people that are not, you know, kind of like us, kind of like looking at life a little bit like kind of cynically,
Yeah.
or maybe a little nihilistically, even though
Yeah.
I'm not a nihilist, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, or looking for funny a little too hard.
A little too hard for
yeah.
fun, and,
Yeah.
and thinking misery is fun, but also at the same time understanding that people are flawed,
Mhm.
and that there's this whole part of the world where people are streaming and doing ketamine. You know,
Yeah.
it exists. We know it exists.
It's called the United States of America, and it is a failing fucking democracy
Yeah,
right now.
and there are people who are completely oblivious to that type of world.
Yeah.
And when that and they're following Justin Bieber, and they're following fucking Jonas Brothers, I don't know.
Yeah.
And whenever something happens to those people that's a little too dark, or or just darker than the average, because it's not even too dark. It's just maybe he's going through a rough time and he's using weed and making funny songs with his friends as an escape.
Yeah.
And now he's a mental case, and now everything is going wrong for Justin Bieber. I think that's what is happening. It's the reaction of his audience. It's not, the thing is not as bad as people are making it out to be.
Of course not.
It's just that the audience is so sensitive, and they want Justin Bieber to be this voice for good and positivity, almost to a toxic point, you know?
Yeah.
That whenever he's not that, it crashes their perspective on the world.
Yeah, it's childish, I think, because it's like
Yeah.
we already knew he's not anyway. Like he was a snotty little kid.
Yeah.
Then he was like a young adult with a lot of success, and then he was like, "Fuck, let me get my shit together." But
Yeah.
getting your shit together means getting your shit together, not becoming a saint or a role model.
Yeah, not
It's-
wanting to become Jesus, literally. Yeah.
So it's like just you know, like fucking let him do the thing. Like I feel like Ariana Grande, for example, did great in that regard because she was held to that standard.
Yeah.
And
she
then
kind of
she was
Justin
like-
Timberlake did.
Yeah, but then she was like, I'm gonna write songs about like making fun of an ex-boyfriend, and people are like, oh, that's mean, and it's like, yeah. But
it's
that's
real,
her, and
and-
that's real. And she started writing very personal shit,
Yeah.
and that's her style now, which is great, like one of the best pop stars in the world.
Yeah, for real.
But Justin Bieber is, I mean, he can't. I don't think he can write songs, so he can't go there.
Again, it goes back to what I said. I think he's just not that intelligent. I don't know if it's the word. Maybe mature.
Not to put him down, but
No.
just like, but he's not a fucking. He doesn't have
Savant.
the savantness and the self-reflection and the self-awareness.
To be an artist.
Yeah,
Maybe he's just a good musician. Not all musicians are artists. You know what I mean?
yeah. He's a singer. He's a pop
celebrity and a good celebrity. He's been doing good.
singer. He actually never did like the movie stuff. That's
I-
almost weird at his level of celebrity.
Whoa. Maybe that's what he should be doing.
Yeah.
Let's DM him. Let's say, yo, I think
Dude,
we know what you should do.
Don't even tell me you wouldn't be
For sure.
pumped for him in the next season of White Lotus.
Oh, I didn't even think that. I was thinking more like a traditional Marvel movie or something. White Lotus, Justin Bieber? Oh, yes.
Justin Bieber is super bitch.
Justin Bieber, he goes to this hotel with his black producer. And things get a little frisky.
Super pedophilia, the movie.
Yeah.
No, that is Miss Marvel, I think.
Let me check on Barbara. The baby's screaming. I'll be right back.
Of course. Hey, what can I say? It's just us now. But yeah, I think actually it's funny because Justin Bieber gets a lot of shit, but now Justin Timberlake is supposed to be the bad guy, I think. You know, like in Britney Spears' biography, my girlfriend read it, and she told me the highlights, and it's like Justin Timberlake was cheating on her, forced her to get an abortion that she didn't want it, and then started playing guitar while she was crying. Not a cool guy, you know. But, you know, he's like, I wanna rock your body. And it's like, fuck. That guy can hang, you know. He can hang with black people and not be weird at all, you know. Not white it up. So yeah, he's a cool guy. But a piece of shit, you know. I hate the fucking Trolls thing, you know. He's now associated to the Trolls movies. This guy made like the sexiest album of the early 2000s, Justified. Everyone wanted to fuck him, and now he's like, my new song is about the Trolls movies, you know. That's crazy, I think. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm rolling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was on a rant.
Keep going. I need to...
Okay, yeah, I want you to enjoy this by yourself. Like the rant I just did, it's a little something for you.
Nice.
Yeah. Poor Cayetana is crying, but she's gonna be fine, I think. She's super well behaved, honestly. She's like the chillest baby I've ever seen. People said that about me, and I was like one of the most troublesome teenagers in Madrid. So maybe that's like, you know, like it's gonna pop at some point, you know. Like if you're an angel now, you're gonna be a piece of shit later, and vice versa. Yeah, I slept through the night, you know, no issues. You know, I didn't cry a lot. But then as a teenager, I cried a lot. I cried all the time. Yeah. I remember I wrote something like when I was a teenager. It was like kind of a diary, but I didn't write it in a diary. It was just like some high school like notebook. And I found it when I was way older. I was like 29. And actually Gabriel is gonna join me for this story, and then we're going straight into Justin Bieber. But I when I was a teenager, I wrote something down like in a diary.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a diary. It was just like some notebook I had.
Yeah.
I didn't actually keep a diary.
Yeah.
But it was meant to be that 100%.
Uh-huh.
And I read it when I was like 29. I found the notebook, and I didn't even want to kill that guy. I wanted to kill myself reading it. It was like, I mean, I make people laugh, but am I the sad clown inside?
Oh no! The Joker speech.
Dude, one would think like, oh, this is funny. I'm gonna keep this. I'm actually taking a picture and put it on Instagram. I threw the whole notebook in the garbage.
Oh my god. Yeah. It happens. I never had notebooks or journals when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I started that a little bit later, but even in my like early 20s, I read the first few ones and it's like so cringy, you know. It's like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, early 20s is more cringe because it's not like, I want to die. It's more like, this guy thinks he knows his shit.
I had one line that was like, I'll either be a famous entrepreneur or a famous artist. Either way, I'm happy with both. And nothing happened. Like, neither happened. And I'm like, fuck, you know.
It's hilarious. Like, I mean, if I become like a world-renowned artist or businessman,
I'll be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. No, it's actually the backup plan was the artist. You know, the first try was the startup. But
that is hilarious. If I can't sell mineral water at 20 euros a bottle, I'll just fall back into becoming a famous rapper.
I guess just my safety net.
And your safety net is hanging out with Run the Jewels.
And then we think why our parents hated us so much when we were young. I can't, like, my sister's 14 now, right? And she's talking some shit and I'm like, dude, what are you going on about, you know?
Like, is it too personal? Like, can you share some thoughts, like the kind of things she's going
just
through?
Professionally, I think it's too hard. The world is so complex professionally now. The idea of choosing your profession when you're like 14 to 18, it's so delusional just as a concept. Like, I will be this when I grow up. What are you talking about? No, you're not. Like, she had a phase where she wanted to be like an architect. And I'm like,
like
sure.
at 11.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You really understands the ins and outs
of
being an architect.
No one in the family is an architect, you know? So just like, but at the same time, it's like cute because you don't want to kill their dreams. You know? But at the same time, it's
if she actually
delusional
achieves it's amazing, and some kids do. They go on and they become doctors, they wanted to since they were 8.
Dude, and that's the point, which is like the conundrum of it all, which is like, looking back in my life, the only thing I regret is not doubling down on the things that I was actually interested. Even as far back as 14.
Yeah.
When I was 14, I was really into drawing. I should have told my parents, like, yo, put me in a drawing class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like whatever. Because then you get good. Even if you don't use it professionally, you learn how to get good at something.
Yes.
It took me up until I was 21 to start working and really putting down the hours of learning a craft or something.
I get you. I can't relate because I actually I was lucky enough to, like, I mean, I figured out I really loved music when I was a teenager.
Got it. Yeah.
And I really, like, I put the time. I put the time into that craft, and I played in bands, so
do you think that was your
rewarding.
Parents' influence, or you were just...
No.
Or maybe the opposite, the lack of...
that might be.
Because I had the opposite. I had like, don't waste your time doing this.
Yeah, because you don't have... I mean, you have a very gifted brother, musically.
Yes.
But
and I was the second. Yeah, I was in the second tier.
But you weren't in a artist or musician family at all.
No,
right?
not
like,
at all.
Same here. Like, nobody in my family played, like they didn't even listen to like my
music.
Uncle was into the Beatles. Like, yeah, sure, dude, you're 77 years old. Obviously
you're into the Beatles.
That's all. You liked the only band? You were a fan of the band? Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of saying like, oh yeah, but just a little.
Just a little bit.
But my dad was very artistic. No, it's the opposite. Like I wouldn't have gotten into music, I don't think, if it wasn't for my parents and my brother and stuff. But
like in an effort to not be lame, like your parents, you mean? Like, I'm gonna get into music.
My dad was actually trying to. My dad is into art to a point where like he wanted us to become artists. That was his dream. His dream was like he wanted to be so rich that we could actually devote our time to be artists.
Okay.
That was his effort in life, sort of. And then that didn't work out.
Funny because it's like very like truly profoundly sweet of him, but also you guys would be such pieces
assholes.
of shit.
No, it turned out horribly because essentially what it did is create a vision of the world for me and my brother that wasn't real, and that bubble popped way too late for me and my brother. He was 30 and I was like 25, you know.
Okay.
So it hurt, and it still hurts kind of because I'm still struggling with the fact of like I'm probably not gonna be an artist. You know, I just realized this. It's actually this became like a materialized thought now. It's real what I'm saying, but I just realized this as I'm speaking.
Fuck.
What if I started crying? Right? Life sucks.
I don't know. I think I was fortunate enough to become an incredibly huge Queens of the Stone Age fan. And
you can tell.
I know, right?
But also, I was the reason I asked you if it was your parents or stuff. I think Spain has a really good, in your era especially, in your childhood generation, education was really strong, and I think socially speaking, you guys are not lost in the capitalist thought of you need to be rich to be good at something. And really, I think Spain cultivated the artistry for artistry's sake in anything, in making shoes, in making food, or if you want to go into like finance, really like I think people in Spain are a little bit more in tune with what they actually enjoy doing.
Oh, that's actually really nice. I mean, like thank you.
No, but
as a Spaniard, I will say that. Yeah, but like thank you for that. Like I think your country is great. There's a lot of horse that you can fuck for money.
It also is
and Jesus Christ is looming over a city like a fucking creep, dude. Like a fucking creep, man.
Thank you.
No,
it's also a huge contrast because I usually hate this country, but I actually think that was one of the things that I noticed, the level of maturity when I went to school here in Spain for university.
Yeah.
The level of maturity of people that knew what they wanted in life compared to me and my friends from Brazil was like astronomical. You guys know what you're gonna do, not that what you want to do, but you guys know what you're capable of way sooner than we are. In Brazil, we're way more delusional than you guys, you know?
I mean, I guess it's like also like you're hanging out with different social stratospheres in Spain than you were in like in Brazil. It's very hard for upper middle class and upper class to hang out with middle and lower middle. Probably. And when you went to uni, I bet you had classmates that their parents were struggling forever. Their whole family history was a struggle, you know?
For sure.
Because everyone can go to college here. Well, before the master bullshit, which is basically privatizing education, you know.
Oh yeah, but they're gonna try to cut that now, I heard.
I hope, yeah.
But, no, you have a point maybe, because here, everything is kind of flattened out, so you get a little bit of everything, and in Brazil it's of course more segregated. Maybe, in my school, like I said, I think I told you this before, I have friends that are in the Forbes 30 under 30 list.
Yes.
And the least successful friends are like managing their parents' inheritance, you know.
Managing
prostitutes,
just and heroin, dude. Straight up. I think you should like a nepo baby that takes an inheritance and a company, say, and straight up
makes it better.
No, goes into heroin and dies in 2 months. That is cool, dude. That dude is awesome. Like it just like a
in spite of everyone that he fucked, all the jobs that he lost.
No.
All the families that are now without a father that goes to work.
But
because
what a statement, dude! What a way to
what an
say
artist.
I can't handle pressure.
Yeah, what an artist.
Yeah, dude. That is a fucking Mona Lisa if I've ever seen one. Dude. But yeah, we're fucking straying away, but like with the music thing, I mean with the purpose thing, and the art being an artist thing.
Yeah.
I went into music because my parents were too lame, and the music like my mom, the coolest thing she listened to was Dire Straits.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is a good band. It is Mark Knopfler is a very talented guy.
Yeah, it's like one of those bands that you can't shit on. But it's just a good band.
They were lame when I was.
I get it.
They were lame.
They were parents' bands.
I mean, I was listening to Slipknot.
Yeah, I get it.
Straits was lame, you know. And my dad listened to a lot of music that it took me a while to appreciate.
Do you think they appreciated that you had a completely different style from them? Were they interested in your style at all? Or was it like a complete separation of interests?
It's a gray, because they couldn't be less interested in the music that I was into or in my music or in anything like that. But they were supportive of it. They weren't anti. I mean, my dad usually did the dad thing, like, oh, your music is awful and it's shit and it sucks.
He did it.
I am awesome. And my music is great. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, he's my dad. And then years after, it's like, I have way better taste in music. Obviously, because his is limited. If yours is
that's the thing,
unlimited.
It's limited. I remember when I was younger, my stepmom telling me hip hop is a phase for everyone. Everyone goes to the hip hop phase until they realize it's bad.
Like it's anal.
Exactly. Yeah. And then hip hop just became the genre of the world. And I remember having that on her forever. And she was a hip hop fan. She introduced me to Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, so she was like
self-hating a little.
But she was sort of embarrassed about her.
Yeah. She introduced
Run
me.
DMC phase.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. That's really funny.
And of course it changed. Now she's still into rap, and I'm also into rap. But like, yeah, my parents were different. My parents were actually interested. My mom would show me actually good, like, I don't know, Santana.
Carlos Santana. Yeah.
He had an album where he modernized a bit his vibes, and he had like collabs and features
with pop artists. Yeah. That's what came out when my first exposure to him was that album.
I think for all guys our age, it's kind of like
before
that.
it, not I mean, to me it was actually like, oh, it's on fucking MTV.
Yeah.
You know?
But anyways, like, my mom was trying to show me like old artists, but she would do it in this cool mom way, which is like, like, look, this guy is collaborating with this new artist that you might like, this hip hop artist.
Yeah.
Or in Brazil, there's a bunch of bands that were doing like crossover of rock and roll and hip hop, which is great.
Nice.
But back to Justin Bieber.
It's been a long time since we talked about that shit.
Is it a song for him?
No, it's Led Zeppelin, rock and roll.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long time since I rock and rolled.
Is that it? That's not it.
It's no.
It's been a long way to the top. If you want to rock and roll.
No, it's rock and roll. The song "Rock and Roll" by Led Zeppelin.
I don't think I've heard it.
I mean, I was gonna say it's the most famous song, but not at all. Obviously,
No,
"Starway to
not.
Heaven" is the most famous song. But yeah,
A Whole Lot of Love is also not Led Zeppelin.
no, it's. I think so. I think it is.
A Whole Lot of Love. Yeah. It's a great song. It's a great. Yeah, it's a famous. Yeah.
What you could get away with, like, in terms of not trying singing in the 60s.
Oh yeah, there's this trend now of hating Bob Dylan too. I don't know if you heard people saying that.
I always did so.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. And by the way,
you didn't like Hurricane? You didn't listen to Hurricane?
I did not listen to Hurricane. I
would
have
listen
like
to that on repeat.
I have a surface level knowledge of him.
Yeah.
And I was like,
wow.
Nah.
Bob Dylan is kind of, for me, like AC/DC, which is like, I understand how people think it's annoying.
Okay.
But it's good. It's a rounded out
I also
artist.
don't like AC/DC.
I'd imagine. I don't know. There's certain artists that like, even though they're annoying, there's something you like about them, and I think it's like, part of it is because they are also annoying, which is like, oh, a guy with that type of voice can actually make a hit song. That's kind of appealing.
Oh, I get that. I get it. An annoying voice to me, it's like really like it's a deal breaker for me. Like, do
Eminem?
you know the band? No, I didn't find it annoying.
Yeah. But Eminem had
it can get annoying
it
nowadays.
gets annoying.
But when we were introduced to him, it was like, not annoying. Actually, it was really cool and original.
No, he spoke from the chest more, and now he's more like this.
Yeah, that is annoying. And I do like Eminem way less than before, but I think it's
no, it's
for
just
a
because
myriad
he's
of
old.
reasons.
And also, my stepmom is kind of right. Rap gets gets boring after a while. Like, I was thinking about this. I'm at the stage
As
now.
a rapper, it's funny that you say that.
Yeah, yeah, but it
Specifically
does.
being a dude who raps and puts out rap albums. Check out
Gargamelicus.
Gargamelicus. That's the second album? Gargamelicus?
No.
Garga's
the
World?
album?
Yeah.
Garga's World is
The first one? I was...
Officially the first one,
Yeah.
and then the second one is I don't actually remember the name of my album.
Oh my god. That is how disappointed
This is you.
you are.
This is you. Yeah, I was so disappointed.
This is...
I was so
It
disappointed.
is a great album, dude.
Thank you, though.
It is so good. You're such a
thank
good
you.
rapper.
Thank you very much. It's weird that like music is so like isolated. Like you cannot. It's months that you make an album and then you release it and nothing happens.
Yeah.
And nothing will happen unless you actually go after like business deals or like perform or TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's so frustrating because it's like comedy, the art itself is kind of the business.
Yeah.
Performing live is kind of the business of it.
Mm-hmm.
But music is not. Making music is so detached from the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's a weird art form, I would say. It's kind of like painting, I think, you know, or like drawing, or I don't know.
But it's cool.
But it's cool.
Unless you're drawing like comic books, which is also cool. Even though the people that do it are tremendous nerds, it's
Yeah.
really cool to do the idea of doing it.
Yeah, I know people that make comic books and they publish it online and everything, and it makes me just sad to think that because it reminds me of my albums, which is like, dude, I know how hard you're working on those. No one's gonna go out of their way to go to your page and read a comic book.
Yeah.
Listen to the album, you can skim through the first few songs and kind of get the vibe of it.
Yeah.
And kind of judge it for yourself. But a comic book, you need to actually open, read it, get into the story. It's so hard. It's kind of like a book.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, once I sent you, I have an album that I'm not gonna disclose publicly.
Which is surprisingly dope.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I emphasis on surprising. Because you never know, right?
I actually, I mean, I will acknowledge, at least for myself, like as a healthy thing, like that I think it's impressive that it's an album that I did by myself.
Yeah.
And it's actually an analog album. Like I play real drums,
Yeah.
and real bass and real guitar, and I sing and I do everything in the album. I think that is
It feels organic. It feels
A
like
cool thing.
yeah, for sure. It feels like when I heard it, I remember that the thought I had, it was like, I can't tell if this was like made in a studio with professional musicians, if you did it by yourself, if someone is involved in this beyond you or not. Like it's kind of like it's what you want, I think, from you don't want to know exactly this guy is recording this in his bedroom. You know, you don't want that. You don't want the immediate. This isn't a studio. This is made by a producer that's just slapping a beat on top of a. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I mean, I went to a friend's house, like his parents' house, kind of a vacation home in the countryside of Madrid, in the mountains, and I recorded drums there.
Nice.
But other than that, kind of my room. Everything was recorded in my room, and I really appreciate it because I feel embarrassed by it because I think it sounds like shit because I did that album and then I went with my band, with my actual band, to do a whole production real studio album. So I felt like it's so
in comparison,
and I mixed it the way we've talked about this,
Yeah.
the way you mix, which is like
slap a compressor on top of it.
yeah, like we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like everything was, I guess.
Yeah.
Every move.
Does it sound better? It's louder.
Yeah. Every turn of the knob was an insane Hail Mary.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I am proud that I did it. But I sent you a link, like a SoundCloud link.
Yeah.
And you just listened to it and you were like, oh, it's dope. And you told me, and I was like, oh, thank you, dude. But I was like, this dude, what he doesn't know is the sadness of this record. Like, I worked so hard for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And the album, I think I released it in 2013, I think.
Whoa.
It has each song might have like an average from 150 to 500 plays.
Ah, shit. It stings.
In 11 years.
I know the sadness. That's why part of the brain that like enjoys entertainment nowadays, I'm surprised when I'm catched by surprise by an artist. You know, because I know so much of what it entails to make an album, to I don't know, to even to write a book, because I dedicated 5 years of my life to try and do that.
Oh yeah, and like, I'm dedicating 5 years of my life of actually find a moment of motivation and read
the fucking, which is like 30 pages or something.
Yeah, no, you actually I have to.
It's fine. I'm not mad. It's just, but you know what it is?
I promised it.
You get used to the fact that, like, because you as a consumer, you do this too. Life is too hectic and too busy to pay attention to every artist, and the artists that get to you, it's almost a symbiotic relationship with the artist that you have, and it's so rare that you cannot expect it to you know what I mean? Like, you cannot expect everyone to like your stuff. It's so rare. Like White Lotus, for example, is such a rare show because everyone loves it, and it's not common. Like every single type of person,
especially because it's not easy. It's like
it looks incredibly.
Whatever everyone likes, it's always like the Marvel movie. It's the easy way out. White Lotus, it's supposed to be a nerdy,
edgy,
a little fucking
out of the curve,
pretentious, even. Like, not for everyone.
No.
Turns out it's fucking for everyone.
It's for everyone at this generation, in this moment in time. Just like Game of Thrones were.
Yeah. That is like relating to nerd stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like it was for the nerds, disgusting kind of nerd, really.
Yeah.
Non-showering. Let's
type of audience.
Let's face it, very fat. Dude with acne, and it's like, dude, you're 29.
Dandruff.
What's going on with the acne?
They shake their head, dandruff just falls off like it's snowy.
And probably Kim Kardashian was super into the show.
It's crazy. And I don't think you control that, and I honestly don't think you should try to, like, and that's the point, and that's why it's so sad. And I heard someone talk about, I think it's Stephen Colbert, I heard him on a podcast.
Smart guy.
He said, like, he said he doesn't cry often, but he cries. When he cries is when he sees something that is so beautiful that it reminds him of how, like, sad everything else is. You know what I mean? In contrast of the world is so horrible, but you see like a painting that's just beautiful. You're like, oh, but at least you look at this, you know? In contrast of how many other artists are not getting their break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shit.
I got emotional.
No, man, it is like profound as fuck, honestly.
Yeah, and it's honest. I agree. And that's why I think like people who are in tune with artistic stuff are more sensitive, because I think we are in tune with that type of like emotion, which is like it's almost like a sad take, which is like everything is so meaningless and so horrible that when you actually get to do something as great and as big as like White Lotus, you need to celebrate it. You need to admit, this is important. This is actually, you know.
I think it's become more necessary with the cynicism nowadays.
Yeah, with the lack of religion
like,
and stuff. Yeah.
Every meme is the idea of being very unimpressed by something. I feel like, you know.
What do you mean?
Like almost like bitches be shopping, but for everyone.
Okay.
Like men be like, hipsters be like,
it's cynical.
Gamers be like, everything is like
it's coughing off like, oh fuck this.
Fuck these people.
Yeah,
and it's
you're
like
right.
Sometimes it's like, oh dude, these people are the best ever.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's never it's not the same. Artistry is not like that. Vibe of being an artist is not the same as being like an athlete and winning a game.
Yeah.
it's different. It's more in terms of like
They're trying to, which sucks.
It's more the
idea of putting a lot of singles and whatever.
It's more the contrast of wanting to break 100 coconuts, but not being able to really.
Yeah.
And failing, but failing the funniest way possible. And that guy will never know how much joy he brought to so many people.
Yes.
Because he failed.
Yes.
At a very stupid thing in Denmark.
That guy matters to me more than most of my relatives. Like,
yeah.
I mean, obviously, he doesn't even touch my mom or dad or brother.
No.
But everyone else is kind of tied. Everyone else in my family that I actually love is tied with the coconut dude from Denmark.
Yeah, he's our Justin Bieber.
Yes, for sure, dude.
Dude, I don't think we can get better than this. I think we need to close it here.
Yeah? What, are you scared now?
I'm scared. I'm also cautious because I think Barbara needs help.
Of course, yeah.
I went to the bedroom. She looked at me with a face of like, dude.
Please. No, yeah. Yeah, of course, no problem. This is.
But I think we've been going for. Let me see.
Oh, it's kind of. It flew by.
It flew by.
It really flew by. 2 hours. That's so much content, dude.
I think I would need to edit it a little. I'll see what I'll do. But I think the idea of having like a storyline behind this is interesting as well.
Yeah.
It'll just probably take forever to do.
I kind of honestly, I kind of trust you like blindly with that kind of thing because that is your thing. Like we've talked about it.
Yeah,
in a private conversation, but I am a Republican. No.
You're very conservative.
I am very, very conservative.
You love the tariffs that are going on right now.
This, not even the conservatives like that. That is hilarious, but
it is hilarious that
they're super
hilarious
nervous. Like, what the fuck did I vote for?
What is he doing? And it goes back to the John Mulaney bit, which is like, there's a horse loose at the hospital. No one knows what it's gonna do. Not even him. He's not even sure what he's doing.
But yeah, you're a man with a plan, and I'm also a man with a plan. But to me, it's like so dependent on having fun. That is like to me, it's the plan starts to materialize when I've been having fun for a long time. I'm playing drums and I'm having the time of my life, and then years in, it's like, oh, this is the way I want my career to go, or with comedy or whatever.
And I'm exactly the opposite. To a fault, because I planned so much and I put so much expectation on what I planned. That when I release it and it doesn't reach that, I fucking give up and I'm like, fuck this.
I'm already preparing myself emotionally to be there for you, because you're like in this journey together, your heart is gonna be shattered so many times.
God, yeah.
In terms of your expectations with how many views we get, or you work so hard on this edit and you feel like it's shit, and I'm like, it is actually fine.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's not.
I'm
horrible.
not sucking your dick over it, but it's totally
average,
releasable. You know.
Yeah, you'll be proud because I will do it despite having a baby and a full-time job,
dude.
Yeah.
That is already something.
Yeah. All right, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Maybe I'll put the coconut guy in loop.
Dude.
In a loop.
Definitely.
Since the beginning of the episode.
We have to show that video.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll put that in.
That's why it actually mentioned in that it's on YouTube. Because I searched for it like months ago and I couldn't find it, but now it is on YouTube.
Some blessed heart thought, you know what, this needs to be on YouTube.
I also have it saved on Instagram anyway, so I would never lose that video. I'd rather lose a leg.
I'll put at the beginning of the video. I'll fade it in and fade it out, and then start the episode. And then I'll put it at the end again, just for people to really sink it in.
Yeah.
With this perspective of this conversation, to see it again, just one more time.
I hate like the guy that doesn't edit requesting to the editor, but it would be really fun if sometimes you could do like a almost fade in of the guy, like we're talking and like
a transparent,
like it's gonna overlap it's gonna overlap, but it doesn't. It
doesn't. It just almost in slow motion. I'll try.
Yeah. No.
I probably won't do it, but I'll try.
Of course you and you shouldn't, by the way. But
it needs to be easy enough that I can do it before the summer. We should release this before July.
Oh, yeah, of course we're gonna. Yeah.
All right.
We're banking a bunch of these, but it's good.
All right. I'm gonna turn this camera off.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Det er vi.
Jamen ved du hvad, jeg har en assistent med et ur, så hvis du er klar, så rykker vi herom bagved. Og er du klar, Thomas?
Ja.
Så siger jeg 1, 2, 3, nu! Ej, Thomas, tror du ikke, du skal passe på hænderne? Jeg tror bare, vi stopper, Thomas. Der er gået 15 sekunder. Men det der regnvejr,
Jamen,
det duer ikke
jeg tog
rigtigt.
lige bjælpen.
Ej, er det skidt med hånden?
Det er nok ikke så godt.
Ved du hvad, skal vi ikke gemme forsøget til en anden gang? Fordi ellers...